Hello everybody and welcome to Sterling Channel 19. We are here for some girls volleyball as the Sterling Lady Knights will welcome in Collingswood here this afternoon. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Leakin and Mr. McPherson, and we are ready to bring you guys some girls volleyball action. Sterling coming in at 1-8 on the year, Collingswood at 5-2. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19 for another broadcast inside the TV studio, guys.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, Sterling put up a good game last game against Cinnaminson, and I'm excited to see what they can do against this really talented Collingswood squad.
Yeah, a bit of a revenge match, right, for Sterling.
Yeah, we look at the Olympic Patriots standings as Collingswood you see there in second place at 5-2. Sterling sitting at the very bottom at 1-8 on the year as they are getting ready, warming up. They're out in the gym, and it's going to be a fun matchup today as we look at the history here between these teams. Last time these two teams faced, Collingswood won 2-1 back in September. Sterling stats on your screen: Laurel Conway with 10 kills, Danica Zane 13 digs, Isabella Scott at 17 assists, and then Alexa Lincoln leading the way for Sterling with aces at 3. Collingswood with Emma Hastings at 6 kills, Sienna Urbaniak with 17 digs, and Jill Logren with 10 assists and 4 aces for the Panthers. Look at the game notes from 2014 on. Sterling leads the series 14-2. Collingswood has won the last 2 meetings, however. Sterling has won 11 in a row. Sterling outscoring opponents 16-4. Collingswood 11-5. Sterling this year 1-3 at home. Collingswood 2-1 on the road. And we look at the Sterling stats leaders. Laurel Conway leading the way with 34 kills. Asher DeWalt at 5 blocks. Danica Zane 61 digs, and Laurel Conway at 11 aces. And look at the Collingswood Panthers leaders. Layla Carmona leading the way in kills with 23, as well as blocks with 11. Sienna Urbaniak at 62 digs, and Jill Logren at 19 aces. So almost ready to get things underway here. And guys, why don't we meet some of these varsity members of the girls volleyball team? We're going to send it into the studio as let's meet the girls volleyball team.
Laurel Conway, senior, outside hitter, Stratford.
Aaliyah Herman, senior, outside Somerdale.
Asher DeWalt, junior, middle blocker, Magnolia.
Alexa Lincoln, junior, middle blocker, Magnolia.
Johanna Dunnings, junior, setter, Somerdale.
Isabella Scott, junior, opposite hitter, Somerdale.
Danica Zane, junior, libero, Stratford.
McKenna Foss-Benner, junior, middle blocker, Stratford.
Abby D'Annunzio, sophomore, outside hitter, Laurel Springs.
Kennedy Davis, sophomore, DS, Stratford.
Daniela Ibrahimi, sophomore, libero, Stratford.
Skylar Anderson, sophomore, setter right side, Somerdale.
Was the Meet the Players, and once again, I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Leakin and Mr. McPherson. Guys, what are your guys' expectations heading into this matchup?
Well, I gotta be honest, it's the first time I'm seeing the girls team, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. You know, like we said, it's a revenge match. Collingswood got them at their place, so, you know, I'm looking for you. You've seen this team before, you know what they can do, so you hope for a better outcome this time.
I'm just looking for them to have a big bounce back game after that game against Cinnaminson, you know, losing that 5-year streak that they had against them. It's kind of tough on Sterling, but, you know, to be able to bounce back, and from what I've seen, she's dressed, and what I've heard from the coach, Johanna Dunnings, their lead setter, is back from injury. So I'm hoping to see what she can do in today's matchup.
Yeah, obviously Sterling, a very talented roster. I mean, you have Laurel Conway leading the team in kills, as well as Aaliyah Herman and Juliana Mesta right behind her. Aaliyah having 19 and Juliana having 15. Again, a very talented roster, as you said. Johanna Dunnings back from injury. So a team that's building its pieces up, and hopefully today against a very familiar opponent in Collingswood, hopefully they can battle and secure the dub here at the Castle.
I hope they can, and I mean, Laurel gets her flowers, but a big shout out to everyone else on the team. I mean, they put themselves in a position to win, and it's really cool to see the teamwork. And let's hope that they can use that to win today.
Yeah, very momentum-based sport as well as a team effort when it comes to Sterling playing. Again, obviously struggling a little bit. Their record does show that, but they're a very fierce team that I don't think will give up and will put up quite a battle against Collingswood today. See the girls getting ready here on both sides as we are moments away from this highly anticipated rivalry matchup between these schools, Sterling and Collingswood. Less than 3 minutes until we get things going.
So Collingswood has had a boys team for years, and the girls team is relatively new. When I was coaching, I think my last year coaching, I say relatively new, but 2014 was my last year coaching, and they just came into the girls scene maybe a year prior to that. Yeah, so they've been around, I guess, 10 years. But I actually didn't know that both teams, when I first started, we were in the Burlington County League, and now they're both back in the Olympic Conference. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, and like we look at this team history, what shocked me, Sterling has led this series against Collingswood 12-2. So, and Collingswood's first 2 wins against Sterling have come within these past 2 years or so, but Sterling has just been dominant historically against this team, so hopefully they can stay that way. Their last win was back in early September of 2022, but then have lost the matchups against Collingswood on September 27th of 2022, and most recently September 14th of this year. So again, hopefully they can stay dominant against the Panthers today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it shows Collingswood's heading in the right direction. You know, like I said, they've probably been a girls program maybe 10 years, and generally when you come onto a sport as a new program, you're not too good. You know, so that's probably why Sterling beat them so often early on. I don't know who's coaching Collingswood now. Used to be a guy named Joe Gillespie, who's a very good coach. It took him a while to get the girls program up and running. I'm not sure if he's still coaching them or not, but you know, kudos to them for stepping up.
And kind of branching off what Mr. McPherson said, I'm going to use a bit of a football reference here. College football, the Colorado football team took a while to kick into the scene. Last year they were absolutely terrible, but this year they've shown some new light with a new coach and a new team. And it's kind of like in high school where you gotta, you build a new program and you just gotta keep building and building until you get that popularity and the wins start coming. I mean, they beat TCU early in the season, and I think that's what Collingswood's doing, which is really impressive from the school.
Yeah, very impressive recent slate of wins for Collingswood. Again, they're coming in at 5-2 on the year. They're 5-1 in the conference, and are 2-1 on the road, 3-1 at home. So, very talented roster here, sitting at the top of the Patriots standings. I'm looking forward to see what these two teams have in store for us today. I would say we're probably around a minute left until that buzzer sounds here in the gym. Again, glad you're with us here on Channel 19. There goes the buzzer.
I gotta be honest, fellas. This is an adjustment for me doing it from the studio here. I'm used to being in the gym and seeing everything. So
it was an adjustment for us
if I mess up,
too.
I'm gonna blame it on you, Dan, or maybe you, Brian.
Well,
I'll take the blame.
It is an adjustment for us too, because we don't get to hear that excitement, I guess, that builds in the gym. We don't get to hear that crowd noise, unfortunately.
And we don't get to hear the beautiful leader, Mr. K.
That is true. We cannot hear Mr. K this time.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
This is also, we apologize if we end up like coughing or something, because we can't mute our own mics. So pretty much anything that we say will pick up over the air. So
Dangerous game. Floor is lava.
Dangerous game, but you have to play it.
You do. We have a job.
Do it live.
From the boop.
More like a studio.
Well, you're right. It's just, you knew what I meant.
But also credit to Ben in here, who is directing us as best as he can.
Oh, shout out to Ben.
I love Ben.
And also Jensen for doing graphics as well. Really appreciate it, as well as our camera crew that is in the gym helping us out today.
Our replay, Connor Strauss.
Indeed, he is in the truck doing replay. He was with us here in the studio last game, but because of no Matthew Strader in attendance today. He's sick. So get better soon, Matthew Strader. Looking forward to seeing you back, hopefully tomorrow. So we are ready to get things going, just laying down some of the ground rules there in the gym. And what's also good here is we have replays.
That was trouble last time.
That was a big struggle.
Because we kind of
for
just
us.
had to like talk without seeing what was going on in the play, but now that we can have some accurate replays as we get started.
Happy for Sterling starting off good.
The first points do go to the Lady Knights. So again, that's Aaliyah Herman on the serve. Back-to-back points for the Lady Knights to start things off. It's 2-0.
That's a bad pass by Sienna Urbaniak, the libero for Collingswood. Just an overpass, and Laurel Crown was able to, I think it was Laurel, able to put that away. Oh, okay. So apparently not. I don't know if that was a net violation, but Collingswood got the point.
So instead of a 2-0 Sterling lead, it's tied at 1. Point will go to the Collingswood Panthers. We'll take a look at it. That one just couldn't get enough strength. Served there by Lagerin. Java Mace able to keep it up in the air. That'll get down to the ground, and Sterling will tie things up at 2.
And you know, something I do want to point out so far, at least, Sterling has had a lot better communication this game than they have last game, and there haven't been as many miscues so far. And as we saw, there is a beautiful pass, a beautiful set from Sterling to set up Laurel Conway to mash it down. So, a great rally from Sterling.
Dan, to build off of that last point, I'm watching the next point go on here, but there was a good first pass to the setter, which is why they were able to get a good set and not just free ball it over.
So again, all tied up at 2. Good volley between these two teams. Can't get it over the net. Sterling will get the lead. It's now 3-2.
Nice long volley.
3-2 Sterling lead here in game 1. Nice block there will give Collingswood the point. Ties it up at 3.
That's the middle coming all the way over to block that. That's a nice play by her.
I believe that was Layla Carmona able to make the play for Collingswood. So Collingswood will serve it away.
The senior Layla Carmona leads the team in kills, as we saw there. You know, that was a block, but she's shown her skills all around the court.
And that one stays just within the blue box. So it looks like Sterling will take a 4-3 lead.
That's great placement here, just finds the corner. Captain America, the line judge, on top of that one.
He's doing a great job out there.
Joanna Dunnings with the serve. Again, Dan was saying it's important that she's back for the Lady Knights. Collingswood able to keep it up in the air. A strong volley that will end in a Collingswood point.
That was a good rally by both teams there. You know, you had some good play. They weren't free balling it back and forth. Both teams were able to get into their offense.
Very impressive here what Sterling has changed since we saw them last. I mean, they're not just trying to, as Mr. McPherson's saying, free ball it over the other side. You know, they're just doing really well to set up an offense and get something going here, get some momentum.
So Carmona had the serve for the Panthers, but it will be Sterling who's victorious on that volley, and it makes it 5-4 in favor of the Knights. Laurel Conway to serve. Sterling up 5-4 here in game one. Nice job by Collingswood to keep it in.
They're going to call that a carry. She kind of came, they call it a double touch. She came across her body, trying to send this ball over.
So Sterling, I believe, with their first multi-point lead. 6-4, Conway with the serve. A bounce back point for the Panthers.
Yeah, it's Sterling had an opportunity here. There's a bad pass by Collins with an overpass here. Just couldn't put it away up at the net.
Julia Harris with the serve. Is there a dance party going on the camera?
I think we're having a disco party in here.
Point goes to Collingswood, so it'll be a tie game at 6.
I got distracted by all the colors there.
Yeah.
Whoever's operating this camera's feeling a little sad today.
So that serve is overshot, so the point will go to the Lady Knights. They get it. They get the lead back. It's 7-6. Serve now for Astor DeWalt. Nice job by Collingswood to keep this one going.
That's unfortunate because you see, I say it a lot. Collingswood had to free ball that over. So if you're Sterling, you really want to, get into your offense there and get a good pass to your setter so you can get the offense you want.
So that point will go to the Lady Knights, makes it 8-7. It'll be Juliana Mesta to serve. And, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I was just going to say Sterling up with 8-7 lead here in game one.
I was just going to say that this just seems to be the kind of game that if one team just gets a little run, maybe a 3, 4, 5-point run, that's all it's going to do. They're just sort of going back and forth here. That may be all it takes.
It's really nice and competitive, though. I mean, it's been really entertaining to watch both of these teams. And, I mean, I'm having a great time I'm watching this very, very close game.
So Sterling now with a 9-8 lead. Aaliyah Herman will serve. Collingswood not able to get that one over, so now Sterling with a 10-8 lead, and this is maybe what could start that 3, 4, 5-point rally that you were talking about, Mr. McPherson.
Mr. McPherson, I have a quick question. That serve dipped really quickly. Is that like any kind of special serve, or she just? It really looked like it went up and arched down super quickly. Is that anything?
She could be putting some topspin on the ball. I can't tell from here.
Another point goes to the Lady Knights. They now have their largest lead of the day. It's now 11-8. Aaliyah Herman with it once again. That one just not enough power on it, so Collingswood will get the point. Makes it 11-9. Jill Lagerin will serve here for the Panthers. Panthers trail it by 2 here in game one. That one just went over. Back to a 3-point advantage.
It's a great decision by Juliana Mesta to not go for that and let it just go out there. It's a very smart play.
It just seems to me that nobody wants to take control of this game. It's, one team will make an error, and then the other team will give it right back.
Yeah, the largest lead we've seen so far is 3, and then just right there, Collingswood now slowly getting back to it. See, our next TV game will be this Thursday. Boys soccer will take on Lindenwold.
Should be a fun one with that one.
Yeah, they won a thriller last night as part of the senior night. We did not cover that game, but from what I heard, a 1-0 victory for the boys there.
Yeah, I heard Travis Schmid had a remarkable game as usual, and I think Anthony Garcia, the senior, was the lone scorer for that game.
I think that moves them to 5-2 on the year.
Abzagami, who came into the game as another undefeated team, as they took down West Deptford previously before as well.
So that boys team's just taking care of business right now. Right now, Collingswood trying to get back into it. This game tied at a dozen.
Boom shakalaka.
So what you want to notice here is who's that? Is that Laura on the outside?
I believe so.
Watch number 22 on the right side there. I don't know if she's a setter or a right side hitter. I would guess she's a setter, but she's not going up the block. Normally you would have a double block there, and I don't know if somebody's telling Laura that the side, the line is open. There's no blocker if she goes down the line instead of cross court.
So a 13-12 lead for the Lady Knights that is quickly taken away. Just goes out, so that ties things up at 13. Gives room for Carmona to serve. Not enough power on that one, so Sterling gets the lead back. I mean, there's only so many times where I can say, all right, Sterling gets the lead back, then Collingswood ties it up, then Collingswood gets the lead back. It's just back and forth between these two teams to start it off.
Unfortunately, they have to win by 2. This game may go to 35-33.
So another point there for the Lady Knights makes it a 2-point lead.
Hopefully a start to this run that Mr. McPherson was talking about earlier. Let's get some points here.
Here's Conway to serve it. That one's juggled around, but a double touch will give the Lady Knights the point.
Now, if this first touch is a block. Okay, she blocks it and then touches it twice. Okay.
So a 3-point Lady Knight lead. Conway will serve once again, and Collingswood has no chance of getting that one. So a 17-13 lead in favor of the Lady Knights, their largest lead of the day.
Conway leading the team in aces. I mean, you can just see that was a remarkable serve from Laurel as we're back in the studio.
And we're actually going to cut to a quick commercial break here. Sterling leading this one 70-13. We'll head to break.
Dude, would you check your email?
What's email?
The thing that keeps making that sound! Now I know why you didn't come here for the fire escape! Open it now! 1,700 emails!
Maybe you should open your emails too.
You think so?
So as Johnny Wiggle says, check your emails. Welcome back here to the studio. I'm Brian McLaren, joined by Dan Leakin and Mr. McPherson. The Lady Knights holding a 4-point lead against the Collingswood Panthers as they look to take a Game 1 victory.
You're going to have a net violation on Asher DeWalt in the middle here. Right there, she hit the net all the way down.
So a 3-point lead for the Lady Knights. A Game 1 win here would be monumental in securing this win today. That one just out of the box. So
Collingswood is having some issues serving. A lot of serves into the net, a lot of serves out. Just giving away points.
And as Connor Strauss and I talked about last broadcast, taking this first set is huge in any sport that involves, a 3-game set, because it gives you a good momentum to go into the second set. First of all, knowing you have some cushion, but also, having that point's pretty good.
So that point going to Collingswood is, I believe that was Mesa who wasn't able to get it over. Sterling 7 points away from taking game 1, make that 6.
And Sterling has looked like such a better team this game. Brian, I know you can probably agree, because we saw the last one as well, and they just look so much better as a team.
Yeah, for the most part, they're playing a lot cleaner, a lot smoother as they did. Not very many mental mistakes here in game 1. Hopefully they can continue that. They've looked very strong today.
Good job. Good job, Sterling.
Juliana Mesta, Channel 19 photographer as well. That point goes to Collingswood.
I don't think I missed by much. Check it out here. That was it.
Good thing we have replays in here to know for sure.
Man, that was tough last time.
Oh yeah, I could.
We didn't have replays?
No, we didn't have replays.
Oh my goodness.
We had to try and identify people based off of these monitors we have in front of us.
Yeah, I'm having a tough enough time as it is. I can't imagine no replays.
Yeah, not the greatest quality, but got to work with what we got.
No, absolutely.
The Lady Knights get the point there as they get their 5-point lead back.
Yeah, that was one of the better volleys back and forth, just in the sense that both teams were attacking each other, not free balling it over.
Aaliyah Herman on the serve. Every time, I can know it's her because she's the only one wearing long pants. So that's how I'm figuring that one out.
Here.
Yep.
All right.
Like that's how like I identified like last time, like Laurel's the tallest
yeah,
one,
and Juliana's
the
blonde.
Blonde one.
Yeah.
Like,
I just know there's one wearing a different colored jersey.
Yep.
That's
a good one too.
Yeah.
That helps us too. Yeah. Laura always has those bright pink shoes on as well.
So now the Lady Knights just 3 points away from taking game 1. They lead it by 5. Somehow Sterling was able to keep that one up, but can't do so for much longer.
It's a nice job digging it out of the net. Not much you can do with it. Mistake by Collingswood.
A good readjustment to get back into their system by Sterling. And as we can see Aaliyah Herman on the right side of our screen going back to where she needs to be.
Yeah, they got back in defensively, but offensively they were just totally out of system.
Yeah, a big part of it is taking advantage of the other team's mistakes, and so far Sterling has done so pretty effectively. So now Sterling a point away from taking game 1. 24-18.
Alexa Lincoln, the junior, with a big serve here. See if she can secure game 1 for Sterling.
Nice job by Sterling to recover. Goes off the roof. Still going.
The libero touched it twice there.
Collingswood will get the point.
I thought the libero hit the roof, and then it came back to her. No?
Is that a violation of anything? Like,
It
can
would
she
have been a
not do
double
that?
touch. She can't hit the ball twice. I must
Even
be
if
wrong.
it came off the roof?
Yeah.
The more you know. Oh,
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. I think that's what they did. I think the libero hit it twice, so now Sterling got that point.
All right, so Sterling gets the point, and Sterling will also get game 1. They win it 25-18 over the Collingswood Panthers as game 2 will get ready to get underway in a very strong game one overall by the Lady Knights.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot more of the communication that they didn't have last time. And honestly, they do just look a lot better as a team. Big credit to Sterling for adjusting after that loss to Cinnaminson, and now they're looking great right now.
I agree.
Yeah, big team effort by this team. Obviously, we have Laura Conway, but again, Aaliyah Herman coming in, Joanna Dunnings coming in, Juliana Mesta coming in. Just this team meshing together beautifully so far here in game one, and very little mistakes mentally, and overall it got the job done for them. So
Yeah.
a game one win.
I don't know how much time we have now, but if I could just say a couple of things actually. I haven't seen this team before. I'm just going off what you guys said. If they've missed their setter, if she was injured, that's the one position you can't do with that. If you have some, you don't want anybody to get hurt, but if somebody gets hurt, it's kind of like your quarterback getting hurt. If your setter gets hurt, if you lose a lineman or a receiver, you have other people that can kind of do a decent job. But if you have to play with a backup quarterback, they touch the ball on every play. So that's a big deal if they've missed her. And then I can hear Mr. K chirping in my ear to explain that last point. Even though we can't hear him, I hear him say, explain what happened there. So you can't touch the ball twice in a row. So you can play it off of the ceiling, but if you're the one that hits it up and it hits the ceiling, then you hit it again. That's the second time in a row, even though it hit the ceiling. There you go, Mr. K. I heard you in my ear.
Unfortunately, we can't hear him for real, but I guess it's a good way to put things. But again, a Lady Knights game one win. Hopefully they can continue that and move it to game two. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Again, Sterling wins game one 25-18.
Let me see that ID. Let me see that ID.
I guess I forgot it.
No entry.
Wait, no, come on!
Back. Where did Mr. McPherson go?
I don't know. Just messing.
I guess he's gone. Actually, no, he went to go to the bathroom. But, yep, we're back. And game two action ready to get things underway. Again, the Lady Knights with a 25-18 win. And as you said, Dan, looking a lot better this time around.
They are looking a lot better this time around. And before we went to the break, you said something about, Laurel Conway, and listening off the names. This team's very young. I mean, they have, the juniors and seniors, but they only have 3 seniors. Juliana Mesta, Laurel Conway, and Aaliyah Herman. But those 3 seniors have such a captaincy on this team, and they're the veterans on the team, that they hold such a leadership role, and they're doing quite a good job this senior campaign.
So Collingswood will start out with the point here in game two.
Mr. McPherson needs to come back here.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
Our good luck charm.
We need his expertise. He'd probably do a better job at analyzing anything that we're doing.
Oh, yeah, I'm not.
So back-to-back points here for Collingswood to start things out here in game two. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Leakin, as well as Mr. McPherson, who should be coming back from Le Pâté. The facilities.
He's enjoying the pote. He's enjoying the disco party that we had earlier on in the broadcast. With all the lights. Hey, and he's on his way back now.
He's coming back. He's on his horse.
We need you back. You were our good luck charm.
So the Lady Knights will get the point. So that'll now tie things up at 2. Again, if you're just joining us, Sterling won game one 25-18. A win here in game two would end things and get them their second win on the year. And that one just stays in. So Sterling, after being down 2-0 to start, get 3 straight and now have the lead.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, Mr. McPherson's our good luck
That's what
charm.
I'm saying. He came back and we got a point. And especially on a free ball like that, just touched the line there. There was no Collingswood defender back there. I wonder what happened there. Maybe miscommunication.
That's a great job by the Lady Knights. They keep capitalizing off of these mistakes as they get another point there to make it 4-2. And Dan, so far these sets, and as you said, they look very calm, they look very cool, and they look very collected.
They do. I think having Johanna Dunnings, as Mr. McPherson said, back in that lineup, I mean, a setter is very important in volleyball, and it's showing right now. We're seeing a lot better of a performance from Sterling than we have, the past couple games.
To me, it's the most important position, the setter.
Without a setter, it's like it really is the quarterback, and you need a quarterback. You can't play the game.
Yeah, I always say the hitters are kind of like, they're like the skill position players. Everybody looks at, oh wow, look at what they did. A wide receiver like DeAndre Swift last night getting all those crazy gains, but nobody talks about the holes the offensive line opens up. You know what I mean? That's kind of the setter. That's the libero and the defense. They do the things that people really don't notice because you're looking at the kill.
Speaking of DeAndre Swift, the Eagles picked up a big win last night.
Yep, I believe it was 25-11.
Scoregami,
yes. If you don't know what a scoregami is, it's a unique score that has never happened in NFL history before. And last night we saw that.
That was a scoregami?
That was a scoregami, 25-11.
How about that?
And they'll now take on the Washington Commanders in Week 4. Be at 1 o'clock on Sunday. My mom's a fan of the Washington Commanders. I have a very strange household. My mom's a Commanders fan. My dad is a Titans fan.
Oh, wow.
I think yours is weird. My dad's an Eagles fan. My mom's a Giants fan.
And that hit just a bit too hard. Make things a 7-4 Lady Knights lead.
Speaking of Philly sports, sorry, one last thing. Philly's opportunity to clinch tonight.
They do.
That's
They'll
right.
be playing the Pirates tonight at 6:40 p.m. at CBP. I will be in attendance. So
nice.
hopefully they can clinch a playoff spot. That would be
Red October.
Yes, Red October.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Something I live for. Came up just short of a World Series.
Would this clinch the number 1 wild card?
No, they would.
They would just clinch a
They would just
spot.
clinch a playoff spot,
Gotcha.
I believe. I believe to clinch. I think if they were to get the top wild card, they would have to hope that the Diamondbacks or the Cubs lose as well.
So it could happen tonight.
I
also.
believe
Okay.
so.
But they need other.
I think the
help.
Cubs play the Braves and the Diamondbacks play the Yankees, I think.
Speaking of coming short, the last serve from Sterling came just short of the net there.
Dan brings us back to the volleyball game.
Yep.
Back to volleyball.
Back to volleyball. I was going to segue, and then you kept going, and I was like,
I'm sorry.
I'm still going to do it, though.
You should have cut me short then.
No, never. The viewers want to hear Brian. It's the least I could do after fantasy.
Well, hey, we're not going to get started. So an 8-6 Lady Knights lead here in Game 2. Again, victorious in Game 1. At that point, we'll go to Collingswood. They're slowly climbing the ladder.
Nice kill here.
We did the visual representation of climbing the ladder last game.
Yeah. Me, you, and Strauss all did it. Let's cut back to the studio.
I thought that serve might have been going out.
I believe it was. Nice volley here. Sterling trying to hold the lead. And it just gets down, so Collingswood will tie things up. And they went on a bit of a rally there to make it 8-8.
Sterling had a miscommunication right at the beginning of that replay. I think they were trying to set Laurel back row, and I'm not sure who the middle was. It was kind of in the way of that attack, so Laurel couldn't get everything on it.
I think that might have been Ashford DeWalt. chance for Collingswood to get that.
Yeah, it's a good double block.
So I believe it's a 9-8 game, according to Jim's scoreboard.
Are we down 9-8 or are we?
I believe we're up 9-8.
Okay.
Seem to be having some technical difficulties, so.
Nope, we're back.
We are back.
The disco camera having some difficulties.
It happens.
Yep.
You know what also happens? A Sterling point.
Yes, it does, Brian. Yes, it does.
I think you're right. 10-8 now, Sterling.
So again, it's a 10-8 Sterling lead. We'll try and update you best we can until this scoreboard on your screen is corrected. But
we can
that
talk
point
about.
Goes to Collingswood.
Sorry, Brian. We can talk about our next TV game.
Our next TV game this Thursday. It'll be soccer taking on Lindenwold again. The boys coming off of a big win against Absegami, 1-0 last night. That was their senior night as well. So a very big night at the castle.
And again, if you didn't hear earlier, Anthony Garcia scoring the lone goal and Travis Schmidt having another shutout game.
That moves the Knights to a 5-2 record, I believe.
Sterling fortunate there. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off, Brian.
No,
Sterling,
you're good.
Sterling had an overpass and Collingswood middle just buried it into the net.
So it'll be Juliana Mace to the serve for the Lady Knights, and just not enough arc on that one.
Thinking it's 11-11 right now.
Yep, ties things up at 11.
For the viewers at home, we're looking at the scoreboard right in the back there. We're not looking at the one up top.
Now Collingswood will take the lead. 12-11. Again, the Lady Knights with a 25-18 win in game one, trying to win it here in game two. They'll get the point back as a not so great serve. Whoops. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully they can get sorted out, and we're back.
We are back.
Go Knights.
GKS.
Sterling able to get the point. Another mistake there by Collingswood makes it 13-12.
What did you hear about the GKS? You guys weren't around for that.
It's just kind of been a saying that's like we've just been doing.
We know our ways.
GKS.
Used to be GK small s is what they used to say.
Really?
That's what it used to be. Dr. V was here.
Well, we have Mr.
Vespi.
K, who reminds us about all the, you know.
Yeah, it used to be GK
I
small
I
s.
remember Dr. Vespi.
I remember Dr. Vespi too. He was also the principal at Summerdale Park, where Brian and
which
I
is where we were.
That's right.
had our stomping grounds.
You might have been superintendent there.
A few players on this team as well, including the person who just got that, Johanna Dunning's stomping ground.
Aaliyah Herman,
Yep.
also from there as well. Me and her very good friends. We've been friends for a long time.
Nice.
Very go Knights.
Friendship.
You might say maybe a very go Cavs as well.
Whoa. Oh, wow. I haven't heard that one in a while.
Kind of felt weird to say a little bit.
I'd imagine so, yeah. Mr. Ford, if you're watching this broadcast somehow, hello from the Sterling Channel 19.
I have to get back to that school.
It's interesting. Having some tunes in the other room there.
What's going on?
The guys in the studio having some fun.
There's a giggle from Connor Strauss in the room.
He just went, What a silly goose.
He's a silly goose.
So that point will go to the Collingswood Panthers.
We're on the disco camera.
Again, we've Apologize for the scoreboard difficulties. What a point for Collingswood.
I think it's 16 to 15.
Yeah, that'll make it
Collingswood.
16-15 Collingswood.
It is not 8 to 7, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, another sort of back and forth game here.
Or maybe they just decided to stop the scoring and just keep on playing for fun.
Yeah, have some fun, you know, get some practice. It's not like it's competitive or anything.
So that one just goes out. Tie things up at 16.
All knotted up.
Slowly getting down to the wire here in game 2.
Oh, wow.
What you humming over there, Dan?
Through the wire. Through the wire.
I didn't hear you at first.
Chance to be with you. I'd gladly lose it all.
Wow.
Dan, you better do Mr. Sterling next year.
I might have to, yeah. With everything I do, I don't know if I couldn't. I think I'd get yelled at by my own parents.
So according to Strauss, 17-16 in favor of Collingswood.
Although I don't know if that's right, because Sterling just got that point, so I do think it's 17-17. And Connor has corrected his mistake, as I was correct.
Oh, you were correct. Okay, then I'll never listen to Strauss ever again.
I don't know why you did in the first place.
Yeah, I know, that was kind of silly of me. Also, whoever is in that control room in there.
This is a nice adjustment right here by Aaliyah Herman. Using her left hand. The set was a little bit further than she wanted it.
Also, Mr. K just texted me through my phone. Whoever is in the control room, please move the joystick camera. That'd be great. This is all coming from K, by the way. This is not me.
I mean, that could help us too.
That means do it.
I'm glad we have it back now. It was kind of hard to tell from the camera all the way on the right side what was going on.
Good volley. Goes out of play. Sterling gets the point. That's a big one right there.
That was a really nice hit over by Aaliyah Herman. And not spiking the ball super hard, but you know, having a nice little maneuver there.
Yeah, it's a nice set by Laurel Conway. They were kind of out of their system, and Laurel came up and made a nice set.
So Sterling on top 19-17. Looking to win game 2 after a game 1 victory, 25-18. To get it over. Goes out of play. Sterling gets the point. They're now 5 away from taking down the Panthers.
A timeout by Collingswood here.
That's a big timeout for the Panthers. Hopefully they can just get back into this game. But again, Sterling not too far away from ending this one.
I have to say, I mean, after losing to Collingswood earlier this year, 2-1, and, you know, after losing that tough game to Cinnaminson the other day, I think if Sterling can prevail with this one, especially in 2 sets, I think that's huge for the team, and I think that's huge to, you know, take on as far as they go.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what their schedule looks like, you know, after this, but, you know, if they missed their setter for extended time and dug themselves in a hole because of that, or for whatever the reason is, you know, it could just take one win to, you know, get that momentum back building up.
Yeah, they're battling here today. They have looked tremendous overall. I mean, a lot of their players playing very clean. As we'll send you guys back over to the gym for these final few moments here in game 2. But again, a very good showing here by the Lady Knights this afternoon. Hopefully they can get this done and secure the victory. Just 5 points away from doing so. Serve just goes out. Will be a point for the Panthers.
That's the first thing I said anytime we had the serve and the other team called a timeout. Whoever was serving, I said, just get serving. I say it so many times after a timeout.
somebody serves the ball.
Just like that. Sterling gets their point back. A not so great serve from Collingswood.
The magic number is now 4. Sterling's played miraculous tonight. They've had such a great game.
They just look like they're communicating super well. As another timeout is called, so a 3-point advantage. A 4-point advantage for the Lady Knights, as they are now just 3 points away from taking down the Panthers here in Game 2. Again, winning this one 25-18. And I really just don't know how much more I could say. They've just looked tremendous here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen them, so I don't have anything to base any comments off of. I mean, I'm a little surprised at their record looking at what I'm looking at today.
I think the time missed from Johanna Dunnings. If you obviously coach volleyball for a pretty long time, so you know how important a setter is for a team. So, missing the time for your main setter is going to set you back a couple steps.
Oh, no, there's no doubt about it. But like I said, I don't know how long she was out. I haven't seen them before, but from what I'm looking at now, I mean, there's been some miscues, but they look pretty solid.
A decent block, but Collingswood will get the point there, cut the Sterling lead down to 3.
The middle is a little bit late getting her hands up. She had her hands up and she had them back. That's why the ball went in.
Urbaniak with the serve. Collingswood not able to recover that one, so 23-19 in favor of the Lady Knights.
I've been waiting to say Urbaniak, the maniac, at least once this game. It hasn't happened, and I'm very sad about it.
Well, I was going to say the Herminator at one point, but I don't know if Aaliyah would like if I said that. We'll see. I'll probably
Master Maesta?
We're live right now. You have said the Herminator and Urbaniak the maniac. So.
Master Maesta.
I'll get some feedback on that tomorrow. We'll see if she likes the Herminator.
I'm sure I'll hear about Master Maesta. Maesta the Master.
That's just a bit too hard. Collingswood able to get the point.
Urbaniak the Maniac. That sounds so cool.
That is cool. I didn't actually think of that. Man. Proud of you,
there hasn't been a moment to use it though, so maybe one will come and I can say it.
I hope it
the
does.
Second time.
Now Sterling 1 point away from taking down the Collingswood Panthers this afternoon. Hopefully getting their second win of the year. Sterling able to keep it up. Nice job by Collingswood to keep it going. Can they do so for much longer? And that one goes out of play. So Sterling not able to get the point there. Now it's with 3-point game. Dan, what are you holding in?
Urbaniak the Maniac with an amazing dig there. Honestly, though, to keep that volley alive, because without that dig, I mean, that was a really hard spike from Laurel Conway, and she got right under it. Urbaniak the Maniac. Yes.
You were prepared for that one. Oh my goodness.
I got it in there.
Now can we win this game now?
Yeah, we can win this game now. Yes.
Maniac the Maniac.
Now that we got it.
That was a really nice dig.
Nice.
You are so proud of yourself. I'm proud of you, Dan.
Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that.
Another point for Collingswood. They're again climbing the ladder, making it just a 2-point advantage.
From someone who's coached volleyball, is this last point one of the hardest points to get?
Yeah.
Tremendous analysis there from Mr. McPherson.
Oh, they're all tough. But yeah, you know, you're 1 point away. The other team doesn't want to lose, so they're going to give it their all.
That's funny.
I can feel a funny story. As a matter of fact, it was this exact score, 24-22. It was a state championship game 10 years ago. We won game 1. We're up game 2, 24-22. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, what am I going to do? How am I going to celebrate this? And we lost that point. I was just like, all right, shut up. And we won 25-23.
Yes.
There you go.
Woohoo. Was that your last year coaching?
No, I coached one more year.
Coach one more year? Yeah.
But now just a few moments away from hopefully putting game 2 in the win column. 24-22 in favor of the Lady Knights. Can they finish this one off?
Let's go, Lady Knights.
Ooh, I thought that was fun.
That was a great dig.
Terrific block. But that will go out. Sterling will get the win. 25-22. A game to win, maybe?
Hey, wait, I don't know what the official's saying. You see Sterling girls going, that was out. He might have called it in. I mean,
We'll take a look.
No, game's over.
Game is over. So the Lady Knights are victorious here in game 2, 25-22. One game, 25-18 as they take down the Collingswood Panthers this afternoon. A terrific win for the Lady Knights today. They moved their record to 2-8 on the year, and they took down a very talented Collingswood team as Collingswood will move to 5-3.
You know, not for nothing, Brian. I'm looking at these standings. You might think, oh my gosh, Sterling 2-8, like whatever. But you look at the conference. They only have 3 conference losses, and that's Collingswood's second. Burlington Township has 2. They probably have to play each other again. They're not out of it for a conference title by any means.
But yeah, we are going to cut to a quick commercial, and we'll be back here for some post-game action right after this.
Yes, we won.
It was a very awkward cut to commercial.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you can.
I wasn't even gone for that long.
Hey, can we put your ID on? Nah, teacher, don't tell me what to do. I'm ready for it.
IW Hall Monitor.
Go ahead and put that ID on for me now. Don't forget to wear your IDs.
ever heard of Redmond's Revenge?
No, what's that?
Well, legend says every time a kid breaks a rule, Redmond sends them to Eternal for an entire year. Last year it was Susie Pink. This year it could be you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you second block.
Tank Maroney!
Where am I? Tank Maroney, you are being convicted of not wearing your mask and exposing others to COVID.
I've done no such thing.
Show me.
Here's our proof. Please forgive me.
Silence! For your recklessness to not abide by the rules, I sentence you to 10 months of short breath.
Endless coffin.
And endless pain.
We in here for the same thing?
Yeah. Sadly.
And welcome back to the TV studio. I'm going to be taking over now. I am Daniel Leakin. There is Brian right down there, and we're joined by some very special guests, Laurel Conway and Aaliyah Herman. They had just prevailed over Collingswood after they lost the previous time. How do you guys feel about the game?
I feel like it was really good. Our communication was there, our teamwork was there, we played well, we played together, and we just came out on top.
Yeah, the energy was really good. I think we played really well, picking up tips and mostly staying calm when things got close.
Awesome. After that Cinnaminson loss previously, how do you guys bounce back from a loss like that?
So I think our biggest issue in that game was we didn't play as a team. We kind of played individually. Our communication wasn't there. We let balls drop. But this game we've been working on talking to each other, calling balls, and it just looks cleaner. We look like more of a team, and that was our biggest issue we overcame.
Yeah, I'd say mostly the same. Definitely our energy was not there, the talking was not there, and I think a lot of it's confidence too. Like, we lose confidence in ourselves as soon as we go down, which can't happen because we've seen our team battle back.
After, winning that first set, I know there's a lot of excitement, coming into the huddle with the team. How do you guys, keep going and keep, putting the pressure on Collingswood like that?
We just need to remember that after losing the first set, the team who loses is going to come out with a lot of fire because they have one chance to get the game back and potentially go to 3 sets, but we just have to make sure that we come out with more fire, we come out stronger and ready to win.
Yeah, we saw it when we were away at Collingswood. We took the first set and then our energy dropped and it kind of all went downhill, so we knew that keeping our serves, keeping our passes up, and just picking up everything and keeping in every point, every rally was really important.
For the next game you guys have, what are you guys looking to improve on? I know there wasn't a lot to improve on. You guys played really well today, but what is something that, if you were to pick anything, what is something that you guys personally would want to improve on as a team?
I would say keeping in system. I know we're really, really good at keeping those balls that maybe we think they're going out, and we're good at chasing them down and getting them over, but I think we need to really focus on pushing those passes up, getting our hitter set, because we know we've seen, especially Laurel, when she's on fire, she's getting those points over and over again, so.
I think we need to work on tight balls. Sometimes we struggle with balls up at the net, but it's been getting better throughout the season, but we can always improve on it.
Is there anything that, as you two are seniors and, you're going into your last year, is there anything you guys want to, say about, the younger kids come working their way up? And, I think there's a lot of juniors. I know there's Johanna Dunnings, Isabel Scott, Alexa Lincoln. So what do you guys want to say about them that makes them, so good to start in this lineup?
I think we have a lot of younger people in the lineup this year who have adjusted. They've picked it up quick, but if I had to tell them anything, it would be to just keep working hard and enjoy the season while it lasts.
I would say the same. We've seen them improve so much from the beginning of the season, and they bring a lot of energy, and they're definitely coming from JV and not really getting a lot of varsity time last year. I think they're doing amazing.
We say we bring Coach on the set?
Yeah, let's bring Coach. Come on.
We got Coach. Thank you for your time, Aaliyah. Coach, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
What do you got to say about that game? I mean, it was a big game for you guys coming from that loss. How do you feel as a coach?
I feel we felt a good confidence in coming in. We had a good practice yesterday, and we were really confident coming in. We knew we took the first set against Collingswood last time, and we lost the second, third. But we felt an air of confidence this time. And I really want to shout it was a team effort. I know that wasn't quite the question, but it was a team effort. I wish I could have brought the whole team in here, but obviously it wouldn't fit. Just some personal play, Joe Dunnings, Ash DeWalt, Alexa Lincoln, and our other senior Jules Maesta. She had they all had amazing games. I told the team, and Libero Danica Zane. I told them in the huddle and one of the timeouts, not every play was perfect. Not every pass was perfect, but we picked each other up. We got out of the tough rotations, which on the loss at Collingswood, we got stuck in several tough rotations, and they were able to make runs on us. Here, like I said, not every pass was perfect, but we played all seven girls on the court working as a unit to beat Collingswood today.
After that 2-0 loss to Cinnamons, I know that's a tough game to come back to, and especially a tough game to come back to, and then the next game, win 2-0. What's something that you said to your girls to, pick them back up and, bring them to this game with the right mindset?
I've just, over the last couple games, we've just been getting rid of the fear of failure. Having that confidence, getting rid of the fear of failure was one of my big themes for the last few weeks. Because I think with our division of the BCSL, we have the ability to hang with any team in our division. We just got to have the confidence to know we're that team that can do that.
And this is the first time we've talked to the the volleyball team on post game. You guys have a pretty much completely reconstructed team. I mean, apart from Laurel and Aaliyah and Juliana Mesta, most of the girls came straight from JV. What do you do as a coach to prepare them for some of the tougher competitions?
Well, it's we stick the plan like we've done the last 3 years with Coach Scully and I and all the coaching staff that have come through here over the years, including that guy back there. We stick to the plan. We and I really want to shout out my JV coaches too, Coach Brennan, Coach Tasha, because they're going to be the ones to build the next generation, like you talked a little bit about earlier. Of people coming up through the pipeline. And it's just, as that guy over there can tell you, a storied program that's done a lot over the years, and we want to keep, we all summer long we were working in the season. I know it's a short preseason, which all coaches have, but we are working all preseason to try to bring them along, and I think a lot of things are finally starting to click.
I think that'll do it here. I think we got everything we need to know. I mean, what an amazing win from girls volleyball today against Collingswood. Everyone, have an amazing day. And as always,
go Knights!